Okay, so get this. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT.
Hmm.
Well, he said something pretty wild in a recent interview. He thinks his kid will never be smarter than AI. Like, not someday, not maybe, but never.
Wow.
And he thinks that's totally normal. Which, I mean, is a pretty big statement to make, right?
It is, yeah.
So we're going to dive into this today. An excerpt from an article published in the Times of India on January 22nd, 2025.
Okay.
It's called ChatGPT Maker, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. My kid is never going to grow up being smarter than AI. We're going to take a look at how he sees AI evolving, what it means for us humans, and, how we fit into this future he's describing.
This is fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because he doesn't seem worried about AI becoming, smart at this. He's almost like excited about it.
Right. I know
Yeah.
that quote from the interview where he says, my kid is never going to grow up being smarter than AI, and that'll be natural. I mean, it really threw me for a loop. It
Yeah.
makes it sound like human intelligence is just going to become obsolete.
Well, he does go on to say that human skills will still be valuable just in different ways. Like maybe it's not about being the smartest anymore, but about being good at other things.
Okay, so what kind of skills are we talking about here? What does he think is going to be important in an AI-powered world?
Well, he talks about the importance of asking the right questions,
Yeah.
which is a good start, I think. But think about it. If AI can do all of the data analysis and, those routine tasks, then it's those uniquely human skills that really become valuable. Things like critical thinking, creativity, emotional intelligence, even intuition. The things that you can't really code.
So it's like AI becomes the ultimate worker bee, and we're free to become the strategists, the
Yeah.
artists, the, big picture thinkers.
Exactly. And that's what I think is so interesting about this whole conversation. It really makes you think about what are your strengths? What are the things that AI can't replicate?
Right.
How can you leverage those skills in this changing world?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, what makes us irreplaceable in this AI future?
Right.
So it's not about us competing with AI, right? It's more about how we can work together.
Yeah, that's actually a key point that Altman brings up. He talks about the evolution of chess AI.
Okay.
You know how at first it could barely beat a decent player? And then it got to the point where it was consistently beating grandmasters.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's proved to be the most effective? Humans and AI working together.
Combining their strengths.
Exactly. It's not about humans versus AI. It's about humans with AI.
Okay. So it's a much more optimistic outlook than just
Right.
us being replaced by robots.
Exactly.
We're on the same team here.
Yeah, think about it. You've probably already encountered this in your life. I mean, the last time you got an X-ray, there's a good chance AI helped the doctor identify any potential issues.
Oh, that's true.
But it's still the doctor using their experience and judgment who makes the diagnosis.
Right.
It's a partnership.
And I bet that's happening in all sorts of fields now.
Yeah.
Not just medicine.
Oh, absolutely. Think about music production. AI can generate melodies and rhythms, but it's the human musician who brings the soul, the emotion, that unique style that makes a song really connect with people.
Yeah, that's a great example. It really makes you wonder, what else could we achieve if we fully embrace this partnership with AI?
Right.
What kind of amazing projects could we tackle together?
So many possibilities. I mean, imagine AI helping architects design sustainable cities that are both functional and beautiful.
Right?
Or, AI assisting scientists in developing cures for diseases by sifting through tons of data.
Wow.
We could even see humans and AI collaborating in space exploration, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
That's incredible. It
Yeah.
really is mind-blowing to think about.
It is.
Okay, but it also makes me think about the fact that OpenAI just launched this feature called ChatGPT Tasks.
Right.
Right, so it feels like they're really pushing the boundaries of what AI can do.
Mm.
They are. And ChatGPT Tasks is a perfect example of how AI is taking on more and more responsibility. I mean, ChatGPT can now set reminders for you, summarize articles for you. It can even draft emails based on your instructions.
Wow. It's like having a personal assistant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's this thing called Operator that's in development.
Yeah, Operator. I've heard about that. Is that even more advanced?
Oh, yeah. Operator is like tasks,
Yeah.
but on steroids. It's designed to be much more autonomous, capable of handling complex tasks like coding, booking your entire trip, even managing projects with multiple moving parts.
Okay, so we've got AI tackling to-do lists, writing code, maybe even planning our vacations. What's next? What's Altman's vision for all of this? Where does he see this all going?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Altman believes all of this is just the beginning. He actually said, I suspect we'll have to figure out new models again, which suggests that even the current AI will eventually hit its limits. we'll need to develop something even more powerful.
So are we talking about needing even more powerful AI to solve the really big problems like the ones that would take massive organizations years to accomplish today?
Yeah, exactly. He's talking about AI eventually taking on projects like developing new energy sources, solving world hunger, even colonizing other planets, things that sound like science fiction right now.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot to take in.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bold vision.
It is. But all of this depends on how WE choose to use this technology, right? It's not like AI is calling the shots here.
Right. That's a crucial point. Altman isn't just talking about AI getting smarter. He's talking about it becoming more integrated into our lives, helping us to solve problems and achieve things we never thought possible. But it's up to us to guide its development and make sure it benefits humanity as a whole.
That's both reassuring and a little daunting. We're talking about shaping the future, not just watching it happen. It
Exactly.
makes you realize this is way bigger than just some, cool new tech gadget.
Yeah.
This is about the future of our species.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And that's why conversations like this are so important. We need to understand what's happening, explore the possibilities, and really think critically about the kind of future we want to create with AI.
Because the one thing that's for sure is that AI isn't slowing down anytime soon.
Right. It's going to keep evolving, and it's up to us to keep up and to make sure that we're using it for good.
And as AI evolves, maybe our understanding of what intelligence even means will have to evolve too.
Oh, I think so. I think so.
What do you mean?
Well, we tend to define intelligence based on what WE do right. Things like logic, language, problem solving.
Yeah.
But AI is showing us that there might be other ways to process information to achieve goals. We might need to expand our definition of intelligence to include AI's unique capabilities.
So this isn't just about some far-off future. It's about challenging our own assumptions about intelligence right now in the present.
Exactly. And it leads to some really fascinating questions,
Yeah.
Like, what does it actually mean to be intelligent? What is consciousness? What separates us from AI? These are big philosophical questions that we need to be thinking about now.
Okay, now we're getting into some really deep philosophical waters.
We are.
This is way more than I expected when we started talking about ChatGPT tasks.
But these are the kinds of conversations we need to be having. As AI becomes more and more sophisticated, the line between human and machine is going to get blurrier. We need to think critically about the implications, the societal impact, even the existential questions that this technology brings up.
It's a lot to think about.
It is. It's a lot to think about.
Yeah, it really is a lot to think about. It's kind of exciting and a little scary all at the same time,
It is.
Yeah.
It definitely makes you think.
It does. So where do we go from here? I mean, AI is obviously evolving whether we like it or not.
Right. It's not going away.
So how do we adapt to this future that Altman is describing?
Well, I think that's where his challenge to us comes in.
Okay. What do you mean?
He's not just predicting the future. He's almost inviting us to embrace it, to see the potential in all of this.
So instead of fearing AI, we should see it as an opportunity.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. What if AI could handle all of the tasks that we find tedious or challenging? All of the stuff that drains our energy and our time. What could we accomplish if we had all of that extra time and mental bandwidth?
That's a really good question. What would my ideal day look like if I didn't have to deal with all of the, the mundane stuff?
Right. It's about reimagining what's possible. It's about recognizing that AI could free us up to focus on the things that truly matter to us. Our passions, our relationships, our creativity.
It's almost like AI could help us become more human, not less.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's so important to have these conversations, to be informed about what's happening with AI and to think critically about the kind of future we want to create. Because the future of AI isn't something that's happening to us. It's something that we're all building together.
Okay, so we've got to be proactive about this. We can't just sit back and watch it all happen.
We need to be active participants. Asking tough questions, demanding ethical guidelines from the people who are developing AI and advocating for responsible innovation.
Because if we don't, the decisions that are being made today are going to have huge consequences down the road.
Absolutely. This isn't just about the technology itself. It's about how we integrate it into society, how we use it to shape the world around us.
So it's a big responsibility.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's also an incredible opportunity. Think about it. If we get this right, we could use AI to create a world where everyone has the chance to thrive.
Right.
A world where poverty and disease and inequality are things of the past.
Wow. That's a pretty amazing vision.
It is. It's definitely something worth striving for.
But it's also a lot of work and a lot of careful planning.
It is. It will be.
Yeah.
But I think we're up to the challenge. Humans are incredibly adaptable and innovative.
I hope so. Well, this whole conversation has definitely been mind-expanding. We've covered so much ground, but I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
I agree. There's always more to explore.
Hmm.
But hopefully this has given you a better understanding of the potential of AI, both the amazing possibilities and the challenges we need to address.
It definitely has for me. It's made me realize that AI isn't just some far-off science fiction concept, you know?
Right.
It's already impacting our lives in so many ways, and it's only going to become more and more influential as time goes on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to stay informed, to keep learning, and to engage in these conversations with a sense of curiosity and an open mind.
Because the future of AI isn't something that's set in stone, right?
No,
It's a story that we're all writing together.
it is. And that's a pretty empowering thought, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
It means that we have a say in how this technology evolves and the kind of world it creates.
So as you go about your day, I want you to think about the ways that AI is already present in your life and consider the possibilities that lie ahead. What kind of future do you want to create with AI? What problems do you think we could solve together?
Those are great questions to ponder. And I think that's a perfect place to wrap up this part of our deep dive.
Agreed. We'll pick up the conversation in the next part and delve even deeper into this fascinating world of AI and the future of intelligence.
It's amazing to think about how this conversation started. We were talking about whether or not AI would be smarter than humans, and now we're like deep in this existential crisis about what it even means to be human.
It's true, though, isn't it? I mean, AI is forcing us to confront these really fundamental questions about our own nature. Like what sets us apart? What makes us unique? What does it even mean to be intelligent?
Yeah, and what's the answer to that? What do we see when we look at ourselves, in light of all this AI stuff?
Well, I think that's the journey we're all on right now, figuring that out.
Yeah.
For centuries, we've kind of defined intelligence based on our own capabilities, like language, logic, problem solving. But AI is showing us that there might be other ways to think, to learn, to create.
So you're saying AI could redefine what it means to be intelligent?
I think it already is. And that's what's both exciting and a little bit unsettling about all of this.
Mhm.
The lines are getting blurrier,
Yeah.
between human and machine. And
But
that challenges our assumptions about everything.
okay, so we're talking about some pretty big philosophical questions here, but that's part of